Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and this is information that I will admit that I am absolutely not sure what to do with. I provide commentary, and I have neither the method nor the means to even begin investigating something like this. However, as this was brought to my attention today, which I thought suspicious considering the timing surrounding the firestorm that Blizzard Entertainment is currently facing, I thought it was worth at least making people aware once I took some time to actually look things over. However, I found a 2015 news source that outlined the information, and from that I was able to verify what I was sent by a member of my Discord that goes by Rabid Pirate. You can obviously tell by the title what I'm about to discuss, and please bear with me as this video pertains little to gaming news outside of the discussion of Activision's current CEO, Bobby Kotick. And much of the information I will be showing on the screen will be pulled from the archives of previous videos I had done, but I will of course link the news report in question down in the description down below. Also, due to YouTube being pricks, I will be forced to dance around wording and phrasing here. However, more than likely, even mentioning certain names are likely to get me demonetized. So I'll simply do the best that I can and hope the algorithm doesn't sweep this under the rug. Now, here is the information that I am working with. So I'm not going to beat around the bush too much on this one. The screenshot I was shown was this one, claiming to be from Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book. In it, we see Bobby Kotick's name listed there. Now, first thing to note is that the spelling of the name is incorrect. Bobby Kotick spells his name with two B's and also a CK, not just a C. This immediately made me wonder if it was merely a similar name to Activision's CEO, but a cursory Google search showed no other prominent business figures with that name, so I was willing to assume that it was a misspelling. However, the second item of note is the email. In all of the redactions in the page, merely the first portion is redacted, leaving the domain name of the email address intact, and here it does say Activision.com. So my first thought was, if this was a fake, I didn't dare rely on simply this, and thankfully I didn't have to. After a few more moments of Googling, I was led to this article on Gawker.com titled, "Here is the word redacted, billionaire Jeffrey Epstein's Little Black Book." Now, in that article, they list many prominent figures as being in the Epstein Black Book, including Donald Trump, Courtney Love, a former Israeli prime minister, but more importantly, at least to the topic at hand, the news article, which was published in January 23, 2015, making it nearly 5 years old, mind you, contained Jeffrey Epstein's entire Black Book via a documentcloud.org panel. And within that, on page 36 to be exact, we can clearly see the misspelled name Bobby Kotick with the redacted email address of @activision.com. And this is also one of the primary reasons why I post links in the description of my videos, specifically so you don't have to take my word for it. You can literally click the link and go see for yourselves. So what does this mean? Does this mean that Bobby Kotick was one of the sickos that visited Epstein's island? Well, we have no way of knowing for certain merely based upon the contents of a list of contact information. Epstein was in the in crowd with many of the rich and powerful the world over, so it would not be a stretch to assume that he would not be in contact of one of the most grossly overpaid CEOs in America. From Variety, the group As You Sow, a non-profit shareholder advocacy group, publishes a yearly report on the 100 most overpaid CEOs in the S&P 500 index in order to shine a light on gross overcompensation. This February 2019 article lists Bobby Kotick's pay at over $28.5 million annually. This is an overpayment of nearly $13 million, and that landed him in the number 45 position of the top 100. So, to call Bobby Kotick a member of the elite is by no means a stretch of the imagination. However, this also in no way ascertains as to whether or not Kotick visited the island. However, this does verify that Kotick and Epstein were clearly associated with each other. Activision Blizzard's actions in recent years have not at all been what one would call anything even remotely resembling pristine in nature. Remember, only as far back as December and January, Activision Blizzard reported record earnings while at the same time laying off massive numbers of people. There was also the fact that Activision was being investigated by the Pomerantz law firm on behalf of Activision's investors, as Activision and certain officers and/or directors may have engaged in securities fraud. And then there was the fact that Activision Blizzard were paring down and shedding themselves of franchises that, while still profitable, didn't earn enough to be considered worthwhile. This was actually a positive change as it allowed Bungie to reclaim Destiny 2 and escape their contractual Activision shackles, something that Bungie is probably looking at recent news and finding themselves relieved to have dodged such a massive bullet. And of course, we have the whole Hong Kong issue, which has lit the gaming community on fire over the past 24 hours. Now, I don't have much else to say on this because there's not much else to say. Bobby Kotick was involved with Jeffrey Epstein by all appearances. This, coupled with all of the other actions Activision have taken in recent years, leads me to make an earnest recommendation to the shareholders of Activision Blizzard. Fire Bobby Kotick. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.